Nobody's giving them any grace because Danny acted like an asshole when he was drunk a couple of times.
I know. It's honestly insane to me.
I agree. I feel like we're the only ones who feel this.
Honestly, I do too. I really do too, because people really are riding hard for Danny. That he's a horrible human, he's abusive. I'm like, are we watching the same show? Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers!
Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Kelly.
I'm Wendy.
Tonight we're talking about The Valley Season 3, Episode 12, Schwartzapalooza. Before we get into it, I'd like to ask you to please subscribe to our YouTube and follow us on all social media, especially Instagram is where we're lacking. And share and like and give us 5-star reviews if you don't mind.
And
we
tell your
appreciate
friends.
it. And tell your friends. So just a couple of little things. When the episode opens, Danny and Nia are at their house and they're making snacks for the kids. And Danny's saying the same joke over and over again that he's cutting the cheese and then making the fart noises. But his kids really seem to enjoy it. So
Listen,
have at it,
you make
Danny.
your kids laugh. Yeah, you got to do it, right?
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. We're at Janet and Jason's house, and Janet decided to make spaghetti. So I was very curious to see if she was going to serve Jason the spaghetti in a Ziploc bag, but I don't think she did. I don't think she did. Kristen goes over to Brittany's house. This I thought was adorable. Kristen's baby has a passport, and I don't.
Oh my gosh. You don't have a passport?
I don't have a passport, so let that sink in.
Well, you don't like to fly, though.
I do not like to fly. I really don't like to go anywhere, which is not great, but I really don't like to fly. If I go somewhere, I want to drive. And I used to get my family to agree to it, but it's getting more and more difficult. Brittany asked Kristen how she thinks last night went. I'm assuming they're talking about the 007 party. And Kristen says it was a shit show.
She said she was there 2 hours, Brittany, which I was surprised to hear because remember when I said it seemed like they were like in and out.
Yeah, I'd like to know how long Jason was there. That's what I want to know, but.
Well, Brittany came after Jason and Janet.
Yeah, but Jason left. Jason left as Brittany was coming.
No, they left together. Brittany left with Janet and Jason.
No, Jason left before Janet. Jason left without Janet.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Definitely. Yes. Yep. She was like, all right, are you sure?
So then Brittany left with Janet then?
Yeah, I guess so. So Brittany brings up again that Nia did not check on her for 8 days. She does say that even Lacey checked in on her. And Brittany says it wasn't about Janet. And she and Nia were so close for so long. And Brittany thinks that Kristen has blind loyalty. And Brittany says, I'm the one struggling and I'm in so much pain. Brittany, you chose to have a mommy makeover. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't feel bad that she's in pain, but you chose this. Yes, your friends should check on you, but God forbid, you weren't in an accident. You know what I mean? I don't know. Am I just being heartless?
No, I just think, honestly, I think that they're just making such a big deal about it because, like I said, last time I watched the after show, Lala said she just needed to send a text and say, hey, I love you, thinking of you. Okay, so this is what you're making a big deal about. That's all you wanted. If she sent that text, we wouldn't be having this conversation now for the 3rd time on camera.
Right. But they'd be talking
make
about
it make
something
sense.
with Nia.
Make it make sense.
Brittany says that she thinks Nia can be performative. I think you're all performative. You're all on a reality TV show. Can we talk about performative? Let's talk about Janet. And what she said at the end of last episode, that Charles Manson was a sociopath too. Did you see what he did? Let's talk about that performance. I mean, give me how many times did she rehearse that long? So Kristen says that she's tired of people doubting that Nia and Danny aren't great people. And Brittany says, that's not what I'm saying. I know they are great people, except Danny when he's not and being weird. And then she asks Kristen how many times she's been to their house. And Kristen can't give her an exact number and she makes a face. Like, that's what we're basing this on. First of all, they just moved into their house.
Right.
And maybe she doesn't have, maybe they're in this, like, who cares?
Right. She's in Santa Clarita. Kristen has a new baby. She has a new baby. Why does she need to go to her house?
Right. Right. Listen, Kristen, if she's proven nothing, she is a ride or die friend. I'd love to have her as my friend.
Me too.
Never thought I'd say that. I'll be quite honest.
Me neither. Me neither. I'm right there with you.
And now Kristen has to basically defend her friendship with Nia. And she asks, like, what do you want from me? And Brittany says, my thoughts and feelings are valid. Okay. Like, I think that they're basically asking Kristen to choose at this point. It's like, either get on board with us trying to get these people off the show, or we're just going to keep coming after them and you, basically.
Oh, I don't know if it's that severe. I don't know. I mean, I do like that Kristen said to her, what do you want from me?
Yeah.
Because what does she want from her? I don't really
What
think she
are they
gave her...
looking for?
Right.
I mean, the girl's got 4 kids. She didn't text you. Yeah, she probably should have texted you. And by the way, she apologized to you the night before and said, I haven't been there the way you needed me to, and I'm sorry.
And, you know, Kristen did stick up for Brittany when Jesse was saying that Brittany was a part of the whole takedown of Danny and Nia thing. Kristen did say, no, I don't think Brittany had anything to do with that.
Right. You're right. She did.
So she's there for Brittany.
Yeah. She's definitely there for Brittany. And at the end of this episode, we see that Brittany's definitely there for Kristen too, when they're in Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah. So Jasmine and Zack go for butt facials. I'm a facial girl, but I'm a regular facial girl. This is different. I've never done this or seen this. But let me tell you something. Jasmine has a great ass.
Yes, she does.
That's a great ass. So if she's going to choose anything to do on this show, this is a great thing for her to choose.
Zack,
and by the way,
congratulations
to Jasmine and Melissa, because they got married this weekend in New Jersey. They had beautiful weather. They got married at a beautiful venue up in North Jersey. God bless them. Congratulations.
I heard a couple things about, so Lala wasn't there. I happened to listen to her podcast today. She was invited. She didn't go because it was her best friend of 30 years' baby shower in Utah. So she had to go there.
Okay.
Michelle didn't go. I heard this on Watch What Happens Live, which I didn't watch. I just was listening to it. Michelle was also invited, but she didn't go because she was working in New York. Andy said on Sunday, she goes, yeah, I was selling real estate. So she's working with Ryan Serhant and selling real estate in New York as well, which good for Michelle. Good for Michelle.
Good for Michelle. I totally agree. It just is odd that she was actually on the East Coast and didn't go to the wedding. But whatever.
Listen.
I mean, she's working. She's hustling. And I would imagine in New York, yes, you are very well. Anywhere you're showing real estate on the weekends, certainly in the city. So, yeah. So Zack has a very flat ass, we see.
Yeah.
And he says it's had a lot of wear and tear.
Oh my God, he is so funny. He really is funny.
He wins the season so far for me. Zack wins the season. So Zack mentions that he and Danny went shopping and Danny said he didn't drink at the party. And then Benji told him that Danny did, in fact, drink at the party.
Told you it was going to come up.
Yep. You did. So Jasmine says, listen, I think Danny should be able to have a drink, but don't lie about it. And I think it's important that she said this.
Yes.
Because if anybody could say it, it's her, because she was the victim of, whatever we want to refer to it as last year.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey, Baby Boomers. This is John Ward. I'm the host of the podcast Baby Boomers, The Strangest Generation. This is not about hula hoops, banana bikes, or the Partridge Family. It's real, it's raw. It's about growing up in the 70s, drugs, fights, ethnicity, long hair. Give it a listen. Baby Boomers, the strangest generation. You won't be disappointed, and it is funny as heck. John Ward, Baby Boomers, the strangest generation. Thank you.
Right. And Zach is, she said, you should say, like, he's your boy. Like,
Yeah.
why can't you tell him the truth? There's no reason you can't tell Zach the truth.
Right.
And it's true. There is
Right.
no reason he can't tell Zach. He should tell Zach the truth.
Yeah, like it's almost like she was like, he doesn't realize like what a good friend you are to him, where he could have just been totally honest with you.
Right.
So this was nice. They start talking about Benji and him staying in the country, and Jasmine's like, why don't you just get married so you can stay in the country? And Zach basically says, like, I think I want to have kids, but that's like a non-negotiable for Benji. So I can't marry him and then 2-3 years down the road be like, you know what? I don't want to have kids. So I think he's being smart about this, but he does say, like, there's nobody better for me than Benji. And then he starts to cry, and he apologizes to the esthetician for crying. He's so cute. Kristen and Luke are at their house packing for Mexico, and she's talking to Nia, and they're talking about bringing the babies. The next scene, I cannot help but laugh out loud. Janet and Jason, and Janet is packing for the trip, and she's like to Jason, are you sure? Are you sure I should go? No, Janet, you shouldn't go. You shouldn't go. Your husband just had surgery. He needs you there. The whole weight of the house is on your shoulders. The cast doesn't want you there, half of them, and the viewers don't want you there. So no, you shouldn't go, is what
Does she have
somebody should
fans?
have said to her.
But do you think she has fans? Have you seen people that are pro Janet?
I've never seen one person say anything positive about Janet except Jason. Well, that's not true. And Lala and Brittany and Michelle.
Yeah. So because I've been noticing the comments on our clips and stuff, and everyone is kind of agreeing with us on Janet. I haven't seen any pushback on our clips.
I've
about
never
Janet.
seen anyone say something positive about Janet. I mean, that's, to me, like, there's power in numbers, people.
That's so true.
So then Janet calls Brittany, and she says, she can F all the way off. She says Schwartz is having a Schwartzapalooza party for his birthday, and it'll be like a music festival. Zach is having a big gay birthday, and Danny is having a Miami Vice party, but she's not sure Danny needs another Vice. Like, she's got to get it in there. This is what I mean. Like, so they can all, Brittany, Lala, Michelle, you could defend her all you want. She's an asshole. And it comes through the camera every time she's on it. I mean,
Yeah, because they're not talking about her. Danny and Nia are not talking about her. They're not speaking
No.
about her.
No.
They're going on with their lives.
Right.
She, on the other hand, all she can do is speak about him. That's all she can do.
It's very clear that this is just the type of person she is. And listen, Danny's obviously got his faults. And again, we say it every week, Danny should not drink. Give up the juice, man. Don't drink. It just shows you Nia is such a classier person than Janet. It just shows you that.
I will say
Every
people
week we
still
say
don't
it.
like Danny. People still don't like Danny. They're still
No, I
going very
know.
hard.
I feel like you have to have a little bit of experience with what's
Yeah.
going on to kind of see a different side to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do. I do.
I
But
don't
listen,
think
everyone's
Danny's
entitled to their
doing that.
opinion,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
right?
I don't think that Danny is an abusive husband. I don't think that Danny's doing that every night. I think that Danny has bad episodes sometimes. And again, he just shouldn't drink. And I think he'll eventually get to the point where he doesn't. But we'll see. So they arrive in Puerto Vallarta, and Kristen, this was awful. Kristen's crying. And everybody's like, oh my God, what's wrong with Kristen? Like, she just wants to be left alone. And then she's telling Luke that she went to change the baby's diaper in a public bathroom in the airport, and fans were there and taking pictures of her, but the baby's not, like, doesn't have a diaper on. Like, the baby's naked. They're taking pictures of her naked baby. I would lose my ever-loving mind.
Yeah, I would too.
That's horrible. And we already know from prior episodes that she has anxiety about traveling anyway. She clearly has postpartum depression. And now this.
I agree. But I will say, Bill happened to be sitting next to me when I was watching this. And the first thing he said was, why doesn't she just go to use the family restroom? All airports have them. I'm like, yep, they sure do.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe somebody was
again,
occupying it. I don't know.
Well, she probably didn't even think about it. But I know for a fact it will never happen again because she will never do that again. She will never do that,
It's a shame, like, producers didn't, like, because maybe they didn't even know what was going on. Like, maybe she was like, I
I'm
just
sure
gotta
they
go change the
didn't.
baby's diaper. And they were like, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, they're not going to follow her into the bathroom.
Right. They're, like, focused on everybody else. Yeah, that was horrible.
Honestly,
I really felt bad for her.
I would say this, though. There should be some sort of security.
Yes.
Right? There should be some sort of security.
That's illegal. That's illegal what they did, those people.
Yeah.
So they have an hour drive to the hotel. This was so funny. In the one van, Schwartz is like, how do you say I am in love in Spanish? And Lala's like, fuck off. And then Michelle tells him how to say something in Spanish. And he's like, oh, and he says it. And she's like, that means I'm single. He's like, oh, you foiled me. How about Jesse's credit card getting declined for insufficient funds?
That
Michelle's
blows my
like,
mind.
I'm not lying.
Right. But you know what's funny? Bill's like, how is that happening? I said, the weird part about it is they're not paying for the rooms. That credit card's only being swiped for maybe $200 for room incidentals. Production's paying for that room. He didn't have have $200 on his card.
Well, he didn't have $200 to pay for half of Isabella's health insurance either, the 1 month.
Right.
So, I mean, is Jesse working? Like, Michelle seems like she's hustling right now.
Yeah, she sure
Like,
does.
is Jesse hustling, or is he just, focusing on his relationship with Lacey?
Who knows?
Yeah. Michelle, Brittany, Jasmine, Melissa, and Janet are all in a suite. Zack, Benji, and Tom are in a suite. And Tom is like, listen, if I'm going to be in a suite with somebody, I'd like it to be Zack and Benji.
I love Tom Schwartz. Seriously.
He was a great addition to this show because it's very light and fun, nothing serious, and we're not seeing him in a toxic relationship with, not that their relationship was toxic, Katie and Tom. I shouldn't say that. We're seeing him in a different light than like a non-committal husband,
Right.
Because that's what we saw him as on VPR. Jesse's on the phone with Lacey, and he's like, bring something cool and sexy to wear. And she's like, don't say that. Don't say cool and sexy. Like, what? All right, listen. He's your boyfriend, and he's kind of goofy like that. He's going to say stuff like that. Like, why are you with him if you're just going to constantly tell him how to act and behave and not do things? There's nothing wrong with your boyfriend saying, wear something, bring something cool and sexy to wear. Nothing wrong with that. Right?
I think she just likes the banter with him. I think she just,
Maybe.
I think this is her banter. I think that this may be her love language.
This is her love language. Okay.
I do. I think it may be.
Yeah. So the girls are talking about how Luke is so helpful with Kristen. And then we pan to Luke and Kristen in their room. And he's like, listen, I know the airport was stressful, but we're here. So take a deep breath. And he's trying to give her all of the affirmations and love, and she was not having it. And she's basically accusing him of just wanting to leave the room immediately and go drink with his friends, which quite honestly, if I were him, that's what I would have wanted to do. And at this point, I'm thinking, didn't they bring a nanny? But then
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
But then we find out that her sister and her partner are there to help them out with the baby. And that's why they brought them. But she does throw in his face that he was out until 3 a.m. and he was hungover this week and, whatever. Listen, your sister's there, Kristen. Go drop the baby off and let's earn your paycheck here.
And
I get
honestly, at this point, the baby was fine. The baby was happy. The baby was smiling. The baby was doing fine. You were having a breakdown.
Exactly when she should have left.
Exactly. You were the one having the breakdown because of what happened in the bathroom. And you were the one saying that, Kaya's only going to be 4 months. Of course, yes. Every age, she's only going to be one time.
Right, but
yes.
It's one night. It's one night.
Right. We're talking about a couple hours. You're going to miss a couple hours. She's going to probably fall asleep soon. Just go.
Right. She's not winning
reset.
the Nobel Prize in the next 4 hours.
Right.
You're right, because babies definitely feed off of the energy, especially their moms and especially at their age. And I was very fortunate because I had postpartum depression very bad when I had Tess. And she was the happiest little nugget, man. I was blessed because I really could have put that energy onto her. You don't realize.
Right.
So Tom, Benji, and Zach are in the pool, and Zach is really feeling his hair. He's like, I have perfect hair tonight. I cannot go under the water. And Benji
That
was
was
going to try
so.
to dunk him.
And then it starts raining and he wants a shower cap. I was
It's
like, what
so
man
funny.
cares about their hair like that? I seriously never.
Well, think about it, though. He's gotten
Pauly
a
D.
lot of
Actually,
flack
Pauly
for his
D.
hair. Yeah,
Pauly
Pauly D
D
would
is the
definitely
only other
ask for a
person
shower
that
cap.
I've ever seen care about
But
their hair
Zach's
like
gotten
that.
a lot of flack for his hair. Like, they called him a
Oh,
Lego
yes.
character.
I know.
That's harsh. So now Danny and Luke join them. Zach says to Luke that Kristen acts like Luke is never on her side, but he's always on her side. I do like that Zach is kind of a good mediator between Kristen and Luke, because he's obviously very close with Kristen. But I like that he's can give an honest opinion to Luke. Look at things
He's close with Luke
non-biasedly.
too. He's close
Yeah.
with Luke too, and he knows Kristen. He's known Kristen longer than Luke has, and
Right.
he's being a good friend. He really is being a good friend to both of them.
Yes. Yeah. I know we'll get there, but I didn't realize the age difference between Kristen and Luke.
I didn't either.
They say it at some point. He's only 34 and she's 42.
And she's 43. Oh, 42.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
not
that's
a
a big
big
difference.
when you look at it, it's not a big difference, but think about when you were 34 and then 42. It's mentally, maturity. There's a big difference.
And think about 42 being a new mom
For sure. Yeah.
for the first time. That's a lot right there.
Yeah.
It's like you're
So-
really pretty much in perimenopause and you're a mom. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's right there. It's like knocking on your door. You got a lot of hormones going on.
Yeah. Don't blink, man. Don't blink. It's coming. So Tom says that, the guys were kind of ribbing on him about Kiana, I guess her age. And then Tom gets a little defensive and he's like, you could roast the shit out of me, but not Kiana. I guess because the girls were saying that her frontal lobe isn't formed yet. I honestly thought the girls' frontal lobes formed before guys, but I could be wrong.
They do. No, they do.
They do. Yeah.
They do. But still, listen, he's right. They were being mean girls, and I'm glad that he's sticking up for her.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They
Mhm.
don't need to do that.
I know. I agree. I think that it's all in fun, but listen, if it's upsetting him, it's upsetting him. Because it is on
Yeah.
camera. And then it just gives, we see people in the comment section, people can be really mean. So it's just giving them more fuel to be mean about her.
Right. And that's what he said. Talk about me all you want, but don't talk
Mhm.
about her.
Right. So then we see Kaya is crying a lot and Kristen wants to stay with the baby, but they're supposed to be going to Tom Schwartz's party. So I honestly, if the baby were crying like that, I wouldn't have wanted to leave her either, although it was probably the best thing she could have done because, again, the baby could have been feeding off of her energy. You got to change the environment, take the baby into the sister's room and give her something to play with or a bottle or something. It probably was the best thing she could do to leave. And it's raining and a storm's coming, so they're moving Tom's party inside. Tom was a little disappointed, but whatever. Danny and Nia show up, and Jesse says, you look like a dad in Orlando at Disney. And Michelle
Disney
agreed.
dad.
So Jesse's like, Michelle and I just agreed on something. This is huge.
And
when
Nia's like, well,
Danny
I think you look nice. Nia's like, I think you look
Yeah.
very nice.
Danny comes in and just yells, let's go. And you could see the look on Lala's face. She's like, oh my God. She's not feeling it at all. And so Jesse's standing there with, I think it was Janet, Michelle, and Lala, right?
Yes.
So Jesse says, I'm not the let's go guy, but I do wish I had Danny's energy. And he's got 4 kids. And Michelle's like, we know. Like as if they say they have 4 kids so much. Fuck off, Michelle. They do have 4 kids. You have 1. And you split custody with your ex. So you have her 50% of the time. They have 4 kids 100% of the time. It's a
That's
lot.
right. It's a lot.
My God. Like nobody's giving them any grace because Danny acted like an asshole when he was drunk a couple of times.
I know. It's honestly insane to me.
I agree. Why are I feel like we're the only ones who feel this.
Honestly, I do too. I really do too, because people really are riding hard for Danny. That he's a horrible human, he's abusive. I'm like, are we watching the same show?
I know. I mean, even when I listen to Reality Court, Ace, what he said, like he hates Danny. He goes hard for Danny. I shouldn't say he hates Danny. I use that word. Not everybody does.
No, Ace uses that word all the time.
Okay. All right. Good. So I'm safe.
Ace uses
Wait,
that word all the time. That's one of the
I
things that
just have
does
to
bother
say
me
the-
about him.
Yeah. The best thing that Ace has ever done, though, he will Venmo West Wilson just to say, like, you're a loser. He will Venmo him $1 just to say, like, I hate you. You suck. I would never even think of it. How
Well, you have to
funny
have
is
his
that?
phone number to Venmo him. How does he have his phone number?
You probably don't. He's probably like public on there. Or maybe his picture's on there. Yeah, imagine he's probably Venmoing some guy who just put
He's probably
West's picture
Venmoing
up.
somebody else.
They're like, thank you. I know, I am. So Luke and Kristen finally enter the party and they're arguing. This was interesting. Lala asks Jesse if he's acting low key because Lacey's not there and his demeanor is different when she's not around. So then Janet says, do you want us to yell at you and be mean to you so you feel more comfortable? No, Janet, you could save that for Jason. And Jesse's
That's
like,
just-
no, it's just.
That's Janet being Janet. Like, if she's not poking at Danny, she's poking at Jesse.
Yeah,
And
like,
the thing
she's
is-
the fucking worst.
Right? And I don't think she would have said that if Lala didn't start it. I don't think she'll, like, but she's like, Lala's here. She's got my back. Because Lala has her back. Lala
And
is her
why
pit
wouldn't
bull.
Michelle? It's her ex, and she, can't stand the sight of him. So yeah. No, you're
I know.
absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Kristen goes to the table with Jasmine, Nia, Brittany, Melissa, and Tom, and she says she doesn't want to get drunk. She doesn't want to stay out. She looks miserable. She just looks
Oh
miserable.
my God, she's so miserable. She's so
But,
miserable.
is the baby only 4 months at this point?
Yes, 4 months.
Okay. I was still a mess. 4 months, I was a mess. I can't even picture myself being out in public with people and drinking and trying to have a good time when my kid was 4 months old because I was a mess. So I get it. But poor Luke, he tries to bring her a quesadilla and she basically just gets up and walks away.
No, she is triggered.
Yeah,
It's
much.
it's interesting. We were just saying about in the city how it's so exciting that 3 of them are expecting, and what a great season it's going to be next season. But after I said that and I started thinking about it, we were just saying how production did Nia and Kristen dirty by filming so close, so soon after they delivered. I sure hope that same thing doesn't happen in the city. That being said, they don't only just go out and drink in the city. They do other things.
You're right, but this is, now that you say that, Lexi, Danielle, and Yvonne's first child.
That's true. That's true.
At least if it were your second, like with Joe, I didn't have postpartum depression with Joe. Like, listen, I didn't like getting up in the middle of the night to feed him. And he had that damn pyloric stenosis, which he was fucking throwing up all over the place for 2 weeks until he had to have major surgery. But I wasn't a mess like I was with Tess. So, but with your first, man, you just don't know what to expect. And the tension between you and your partner is like palpable.
Yeah.
Because it's both of your first, unless somebody, but no, none of them have children
No.
yet. None
It's
of
the
them. At
first
least
for
if
all of
one of
them.
them had, it's like, oh yeah, this is normal. We'll get through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be
I mean-
interesting. You're absolutely right. It'll be interesting.
I mean, listen, I hope it's not a train wreck like it is for these two. And again, the difference is, I mean, Georgina has 2 children. Lindsay has a daughter. They're older. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Although, are they that much older? Because Kristen's 42. I mean, and Yvonne is 39 or 40 now. Maybe she's 40. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. So Zach and Janet have a little scene at the bar. Zach asks Janet if she wants a shot, and she says no, she doesn't have a high tolerance for alcohol. And then is this when they have that conversation about
Oh my
her?
gosh.
No,
Yes.
that's coming up. That's coming up.
Oh, that wasn't then? Okay.
No. I mean, I guess it is, but then other stuff happened. So Kristen said, so now we see Kristen and Luke. Kristen said that Luke was screaming at her.
No,
Unless
he
they
never
just
did.
didn't show it. We did not see
No.
it.
He's not a
So
screamer.
Jesse and Danny kind of take Luke to the side and they're talking to him. And, he says like Kristen gets anxious when she travels and he understands, but she's very like biting when she talks to him. And then Brittany takes Kristen to the bathroom. Listen, Danny is very good in this situation. Like, this is what I don't understand why people don't see this. Danny tells him, like, any person who's been to marriage counseling will tell you your initial reaction is to base your whole world around your child, but you have to remain united with your partner because, it's so true. Your kids
Mhm.
are going to grow up and leave you. But listen, you and I have both, we live for our kids. That's just what we
Right.
do.
Right.
It's so much easier said than done, but you really should prioritize your partner over your children. It sounds crazy, but it's what you're
Yeah.
supposed to do. I mean, listen, we've made it this far, you and I being the way we are, and Lori too. But listen, I mean, at some point we're going to have to start prioritizing these guys again.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they're going to be out of the house soon, these kids, right?
Exactly. And then what? Well, we're going to have to start talking to them again.
Oh my gosh.
This is the part that's hard to hear, though. Luke says that Kristen will never, like the next day, she'll never say to him, like, listen, I'm sorry. I know you're a good dad. I had an outburst. I was wrong. That's hard to hear because at least if you can at least do that, then at least Luke will know, like, the next time you blow up on him or whatever, have a wild reaction, at least he'll know, like, all right, this really isn't about me, and she's gonna see it at some point. But if she never apologizes for it, it's like, does she think does she see that I'm a good dad? Because it does look like he's a good dad.
Yeah. He definitely is a good dad. I mean, he's there for her. He's very calming.
Yeah.
Listen, she's postpartum and she's like a little stick of dynamite.
Yeah. I mean, she's still Kristen. She's still crazy Kristen.
Right. But on
Yeah.
hormones 10 times.
Right. Great combo. So he basically says if this continues, there won't be a wedding. But I mean, there still hasn't been a wedding. But hopefully there will be. Hopefully they'll get through this.
Yeah.
Zach tells Lala she better wear something sluttier to his bar
That was funny.
when she walks by him at the bar. So this is when Janet says to Zach, so you and Benji have an open relationship, which did
right.
we know that?
We did.
Okay. And he's like, yeah, but not when we're together. Like, it's not like we're in Mexico right now. Like, he can't go like hook up.
It was when
And
he was in Canada and Zach was here.
Okay.
I mean, I would think maybe now that they're living together, it's not.
Right. So Janet says, obviously I'm bisexual, which I don't know if we knew that even. Not that it matters. And Jason has said to her that he wouldn't care if she hooked up with a girl, but she's never acted on it. So Zach's like, well, if I found you le woman tonight, and she stops him, she's like, you wouldn't have to. It's Michelle. Like, that's who I'm into. It's Michelle, which is funny, but also safe for her to say because Michelle's straight and with Dr. Dre. So sorry, Janet.
Right. Michelle said she knew that, though. Like, I guess Janet has told her that before.
Yeah. I mean, Michelle's
But wait a
very
second.
attractive.
Michelle said on Watch What Happens Live, because Andy asked her that she has been with a woman.
Oh, Michelle has?
Yes.
See, I didn't watch the whole Watch What Happens Live. I just saw bits and pieces.
I didn't
will
watch it. I
though,
only
'cause
listened to
love
it.
her.
I don't know who was that guy that she was on with because I was
don't
listening to it. I don't
know.
know who he is. I didn't know his voice. I don't know his name. I was like, I don't know who that is.
I don't know either. Did you
All
watch
right, I'll
the
have to watch it.
awards?
No, I recorded it, though. The La
Okay.
Culturista, I recorded it. I
Yeah.
would definitely want to watch
Okay.
it.
I'm sure it's on Peacock, right? I'll watch it. I saw the
I'm
clip
sure
of
it is.
Sierra, so
I'm
Yeah.
sure it is.
And I saw Hannah and Paige giving out the 30 under 30 to Pikachu.
To Pikachu.
Yeah, that was a little disappointing. Yes.
That is
The
disappointing.
animated character.
Okay.
So Kristen says to Brittany, I just want to go to bed. And she tells Luke, I'm going to bed. And Luke starts to follow her. And that's when they say the age difference. And then Lala's sitting at the table. And this is the type of thing about Lala I appreciate. She's like, listen, people like Kristen and I will fuck anything up that's good in our life. Like we're saboteurs, whatever, in our own lives. Like at least she can acknowledge that,
Yes. Yes. Because what they said, I think it was Zach that said she doesn't know what it's like to have a good man, to be in a good relationship. She's never
Right.
had this before.
Right. She went from God only knows before Sandoval, but she went from Sandoval to James Kennedy.
Yeah. Crazy. By the way, his girlfriend's pregnant.
James Kennedy's? I didn't even know he had a girlfriend. It's not that
Yep.
Allie anymore, right?
No. New girlfriend pregnant.
Well, listen, hopefully this really keeps him sober. Yeah.
You know how, listen, I saw it online and then I was listening to Lala's podcast today, another one that I hadn't been listening to for a while because I'm not a big fan of hers. But she was talking about how she went to go Lisa Vanderpump's new opening in Las Vegas, that she went there a couple days ago. And she said to the assistant who was making the arrangements for her to fly, she's like, just put me on the same flight as Schwartz. So she gets to this, like, I guess it's like a private airline or a small airline. She gets to the place and Schwartz is there. She's there. Tom Sandoval gets on the plane. James Kennedy gets on the plane. PK gets on the plane. Who
My
else?
God.
All these people are on the plane. Like all the people she was naming. And she's like, she was actually talking to PK because and I didn't know she had Dorit on her podcast. So I'm going to have to go back and listen to that. She had Dorit on her podcast. And PK was like bragging about how his wife was a New York Times bestselling author. And
which she is. So take that, Jackie Goldenschneider.
Yeah. That he also said that he liked the interview that she did on her podcast with Dorit. Like he liked the questions that he asked. And also he said that he liked the way Dorit portrayed the relationship. That's one of the things that Lala said. She's like, you can be with someone for a long time, but in the beginning it was good. And she talks about those good times. And she talks about, which, might be interesting. And then her brother said, oh, well, did you congratulate James Kennedy? And she's like, well, I didn't know if it was official. He goes, whoops, but I had already seen it out there. So no, but it is official. She's like, I didn't talk to him. Like I just said hi. I didn't talk to him. I was like, yeah, that must
they
be
filmed
weird.
together. That's interesting. Yeah.
No, since they stopped filming, like she's
But
done
I'm
with
saying,
them.
like, it's not like they weren't on a show together. Like, it's surprising that she wouldn't have talked a little bit with them. Like, they were on a show together.
I think when Lala washes her hands of somebody, she washes her hands of somebody.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. There's no second chances with her.
Yeah. I mean, they've had sex, right?
I think so, yeah. Yes, I do.
Anywho, so Luke is sitting in a chair and sees Brittany on her way to the room, and then he tries to talk to her about like it's almost like Brittany tried to because Brittany had gotten Kristen where she was going to go, and then Brittany was starting to feel like, all right, now I got to go lay down. And I thought it was nice because they start talking, and Luke's like, listen, you go take care of you, and Brittany defended Kristen and said, listen, postpartum depression is awful. Like you don't recognize yourself. You're not seeing what other people are seeing, and then Luke in his confessional, actually starts to cry. Like, I really feel like they were going through it. I so hope that they're in a better place now, Luke and Kristen. But I did love how Brittany was going to talk to Luke about it, but also defend her friend. Like, I feel like she can acknowledge that Luke is a good person and this is, he's who he is, but and he's doing a good job, but she's still going to defend her friend.
Yeah, I agree. I think that in this situation, I was happy with what happened. And she was there for Kristen. I mean, she was.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's about it. So that's how we end it. So I guess next week we'll see somebody else's part, either
I would think
Zach's big gay birthday or maybe both. Danny's
hopefully
Miami
we see
Vice.
both. hopefully we see both parties next week.
Yeah, because this was episode 12. I mean, I don't think they get very many episodes in the Valley.
Yeah, I don't even remember what we got.
Because Summer House, well, that's different. It only films in the Summer House, but I mean,
Yeah.
in the Summer House. I had too much wine already. Starting to slur. Well, that's it, right?
That's it.
Yeah. So thank you for listening and watching. And please subscribe and share and follow and all the things. We appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.